Hello, good morning, everyone. I hope all of you are fine and safe. Today, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, which will be like an introduction to your next chapter, reproduction. But before jumping to that chapter, I want to create curiosity in your mind. I want to create biocuriosity. So, in this video, we will be basically discussing some of the aspects and some of the facts which a lot of students used to ask me. And definitely they are asking this because they have a lot of curiosity in their mind regarding this. Sir, how life began? What is the story of life on our planet? Does life was present as it is right now, or someone very powerful created humans as such, or it's something else? So today we will be discussing the scientific basis of story of life. Today, each and every inch of our planet is conquered by life, isn't it? You go anywhere, you can see life. You go to polar region, the extreme cold weather, right? Go to polar region, that extreme coldness, still there's life. In the form of polar bear, even in the form of bacteria. You go to volcanic vents, you go to volcanic mountains. You might be thinking life is not there because too much hot. No, life is still there, isn't it? Thermophiles, bacteria. There's certain bacteria which can resist heat. So they live near these volcanic mountains. We might be thinking, yes, under the water is too much pressure. When we do not have specialized submarine yet, now also, which can go so deep, which can touch the Pacific belt, that is bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Yes, we do have, but it's very difficult to make such vessels. But on these edge of Earth, life do exist without any special vessels. So life is present in each and every corner of our planet. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it? You yourself is actually one part of life, isn't it? Life is not so simple as we think. The story of life, it's a very wonderful story. I would rather judge that the most wonderful story of our planet is nothing but story of life. If you, after hearing the story, you will understand that each one of us are connected, not only between humans. We are connected with plants, we are connected with bacteria, we are connected with virus. Actually they are our relatives. We are not like completely strangers. Why a virus is able to infect you? Because the virus knows the body mechanism, your body mechanism. That means you and the bacteria and the virus actually have evolved together. That's why they know about you, isn't it? So each species, each one species on our planet is actually connected. Okay? So, as I told you, today the present scenario, life has conquered each part of our planet. Even the extreme climatic conditions like polar regions, depth of the Pacific Ocean, Antarctica, Himalayas, isn't it? Even the hot deserts, everywhere life is present. So how this life began? That's the question which rises now. When the universe was formed, when our solar system was formed, our earth was too hot, and it was unimaginable to think that life has begun that time. No, there's no question at all that life can start at that stage. Earth was formed nearly 4.5 billion years ago, long time back. But the fossil records which we found records back to 3.7 billion years ago. That means nearly after 1 billion year, life started to form on our planet. So how did this happen? So after Earth was formed, it was actually when Earth was formed, it was like a hot ball of, hot gas. Then slowly Earth cooled down. When Earth cooled down, it started to show the rocky surface on its planet. Okay, still Earth was hot. It was too much hot, so the atmosphere was forming slowly due to the release of gas. Then slowly Earth cooled down, and uh, the lower regions of Earth was filled by water due to rain. In the primitive Earth, oxygen was not present. Later on, oxygen was filled. So during the primitive time, 3.7 billion years ago, what happened? The most wonderful process happened. Molecules came together, form amino acids. Amino acids or the amino acids are also called building block of life. These amino acids, as you know, are the monomers of protein. Amino acids came together and they combined together to form the first biomolecule to be formed. That is a protein. So protein was formed. With the protein, other biomolecules also were formed. Nucleotides came together to form the DNA and the RNA. Actually, first RNA formed, then DNA came into existence. I'm not going into that much details. Just understand these biomolecules were formed on that primitive Earth. And behind my background, you can see the most wonderful molecule in the entire universe. The most wonderful thing in the entire universe, the DNA, the deoxyribonucleic acid. This is a molecule responsible for life. This is the molecule responsible for your existence. Okay, fine. So DNA, RNA, and protein were formed. And what happened? This protein and DNA and RNA came into association and they formed simplest first living organism called LUCA, L-U-C-A, last universal common ancestor. It is the ancestor for all living organisms present on our planet. LUCA, last universal common ancestor, L-U-C-A. It was simply made up of genetic material DNA and RNA and protein. From there, what happened? LUCA started to reproduce. In the later chapter, you're going to discuss about reproduction chapter. Reproduction. Already in the previous chapter, I've discussed the life processes, remember? And all this life process we see, apart from the reproduction, they are required for the individual's survival, isn't it? Respiration, individual survival, nutrition, individual survival, right? Take all any other life processes. But reproduction actually is it necessary for individual survival? If a person does not, if an organism does not reproduce, he or she, that organism will live, right? Then why reproduction is required and why it is considered as one of the life processes? Without reproduction, you cannot maintain the existence of life, isn't it? When the LUCA was found, if the LUCA was not reproducing, till LUCA only will be there. isn't it? So what happened? This Lucca started to reproduce. So that is the most important point regarding reproduction. Reproduction is the basis of evolution. For evolution to happen, for new formation of species, you need to reproduce. When reproduction happens, small variation happens. Here, little bit details is there. Please focus. See, of course, we all are product of sexual reproduction. If we compare our parents with us, there will be some similarity, but there are some dissimilarity also, isn't it? Isn't it? You're not exact copy of your parent, isn't it? There's some dissimilarity as well as similarity. Now, this dissimilarity is there. No? So within one generation, a few dissimilarity was created. That is called variation. Few variation was created. Then the next generation, your grandparent and your daughter or the son will have more variation. So with each generation, the variation will increase, right? And at last, after a long time of generations, a new organism will be produced which will be completely different, or which will be different from the organism from the way back in the beginning. And that is called evolution. When species evolve, just like that reptiles evolved to form birds and mammals, isn't it? So that process, right? So that's why they look completely different. So that is the story of evolution. So the reproduction is the first step in the creation of species. So this point is very much essential. That's why I discussed regarding the reproduction chapter. Okay, hope you understood this concept. And it would be rather wrong if I say that we humans always will be humans. No, evolution is an ongoing process. Okay, and definitely there will be a time when we look back to our ancestor. Just now, right now, we are looking back to our ancestor, apes. Now, apes are a little bit different from us. The same way, after a long time span, when they look back to us, they will think, oh, they were humans. See how they were so different. So definitely, the story of evolution is going on. It's always going on. Okay. So hope you understood this little bit small, but I cannot say that it's an introductory video, but it's like a motivational video for you all. And also one essential video regarding reproduction, because you should know what are the basics, why we need to reproduce, right? And all these things. So hope it was so easy. No need to make notes on this particular video. Just watch this video and become bio-curious regarding biology. The most wonderful subject on this planet. A subject with life on it. Thank you. Anuraag signing.